Call the Parks and
volunteers.
Recreation meeting to order. Gentleman chair, go around the room and introduce ourselves.
I'm Elizabeth Whalen and Commissioner.
Greg Rowan, Commission Member.
Jeff Benskover, Commission Member.
Jake Klingford, staff.
Rick Mullins.
Ken Day, Raptors GM.
Thank you. Okay, first item on the agenda is to approve the March meeting minutes.
In January.
Oh, yep, sorry. Oh, yep, see that. January, March meeting minutes.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, motion and second, approve. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion passed. Mead Park project update.
Yeah, so the bidding for the playground ended on April 8th, I believe. Inside there, the packet I gave you is just some pictures, designs that we're looking at doing. Park, or playing park structures, one they got the lowest bid for this. It was roughly right around what we kind of budget for last October, so it's just under 200,000. All inclusive, you can see it's wheelchair friendly, and then a couple different swings that are kind of more popular now that will be included on the playground. And I think on page 2, it just kind of gives you an outline or an outlay on where we're going to put in the playground in coordinates with the splash pad. We're hoping to start breaking ground here soon. It also depends on when we can start getting supplies, but Brian said 6 to 8 weeks typically. So we're kind of hoping for it to be open before the season starts, which would be the splash pad open Memorial Weekend, but that just isn't feasible. So
Can the splash pad stay open while that?
oh yeah, we'll put snow fence around it, so yeah, shouldn't be a problem. And if we need to go more heavy duty with fencing.
So on the map, where is the splash pad and where is the?
Splash pad,
Okay,
playground, and like right here would be pickleball.
pickleball, okay,
Yep,
that's what I was.
water tower
Okay,
dish on this side.
okay.
So, yeah, so everything's coming together, just been a little slower than.
Are the pickleball courts fenced, like over at Witter?
Yes, yep, it's pretty much a replica of Witter.
Same deal? All right.
Yep. And then that should be going out to bid tomorrow.
That'd be nice.
Yep.
What, the fencing only, or what are you talking?
The whole project.
The whole thing?
Yep.
You're doing that separate?
Yep. So, we're hoping it kind of overlaps when they do the Mead school, because they're redoing all the surfacing there,
Right.
so since they're there, it'll be,
Okay.
I'm assuming American Asphalt will get the bid.
It's typically.
So are those pickleball courts only pickleball or are they tennis courts too?
No, just pickleball.
They're just tennis,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Did we change, so we still have the tennis courts on the other end? They're still being
At Witter.
maintained at
Oh,
Witter?
at Mead?
At Mead,
I mean, we
yes.
spray the weeds, we do
Okay.
the best that we can.
Okay.
They're just.
Those courts are bad though.
Yeah, I know,
Rough
I
shape.
know. Okay.
And then catch you two up on, this is a legacy grant that we applied for last year. So, the park and rec, or I should say park outlay is putting in $200,000, which is, it's a room tax that it doesn't come out of taxpayers' pockets, so, and then legacy is putting in $270,000 for this project. I got the grant money from the Mead Witter Foundation. They donated $2,500 for 13 trees. So we'll be planting those, I think, next month.
Appreciate that,
So,
thank you.
And if you're paying attention to the bills, the district's the fiscal agent on that. Because we have we have 8 different playgrounds. Mead is one of them included.
yep,
And so we technically took the legacy grant in collaboration with the city. And so we basically will pay $200,000 worth of, which is legacy's contribution of invoices on the city's behalf, and the rest, the majority is being done by city work
yep.
in kind. We're investing, the district and legacy is investing about $1.2 million in the Mead property. So It'll be nice.
Good.
Really nice spot for people to hang on the west side.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Well, frankly, it's great because it's mostly not our money.
Right,
So-
no, exactly.
It's the best kind.
It's always a good thing.
Yeah. And we're starting this summer too.
Yep,
That should be kicking off.
correct, yep. So that's all I got
Awesome.
for updates for the Deep Park project.
Exciting. Okay, thank you, Jake. Moving on to fees for the community swim nights. Ron?
Yeah, so we had 2 of these last summer, Urco and McCain. We charged them basically what the operational costs for the facility are, which would be the staff. And for the 2 hours, it was like $450 some, and we charged them right around that. We didn't take into account any of the actual chemical fees or the day pass, any of that stuff. So we kind of took the count of where they were at last year and then multiplied that by 7, which is the entry fee for each person, and came up with about the average of $700 for the day passes. That would have been the cost for those 2 hours. And then took the proposed cost at $500 for 2 hours plus the $700 day pass cost and made it $1,200. So if a business would like to sponsor 2 hours of free swim time, that would be the cost to them. The feedback we got actually last year was that businesses would have paid more for it, so.
I remember we talked about that.
We did.
We just wanted to bring it up to everyone here and just take a look at it.
See what your thoughts are. I
Thoughts
guess.
or ideas, but I think we still need to make money.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes, yeah.
So,
I'm not following what you mean by day passes.
So if every person, because it was free swim, it was free community swim.
Oh, that's like lost revenue you're considering, or what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that'd be a replay, okay, I see what you're saying.
So instead of just covering how much it costs for the lifeguards and the
Yeah,
concession
yeah,
commissions,
yeah.
all that, it would take into account what the hour or the
I get you.
pass fees,
Would
entry fees would have been.
Yeah, okay.
So does that, so each one, so they're keeping track of the number of people, are we, asking for the fees afterwards, or?
Last year we didn't. We actually just pulled this from our attendance counter that we have.
Okay.
So that was where we were at. We had like 84 people for the first one and then 119 for the other one.
So is the 1,200 going to be just the standard that we're gonna charge, or is it gonna depend on how many people the businesses bring?
I think we were just thinking the flat fee for it,
Flat
but
fee.
you could, yeah.
and we can discuss like,
Is there a
obviously.
capacity issue then or something?
Yeah, I mean.
I see one of them at 119, one at 84. I mean, I don't-
Yeah, that's.
What's the water park, so it's
600.
600?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you have
No.
more people, then you're gonna have more staff, so I mean, it could.
Not
right?
actually, no,
No.
because
No,
we have
you'd still have
we
the
have
same
so
amount of
many
guards.
lifeguards and, yeah.
Because you have the same amount of guards you always have, right?
Right, if we want to keep everything open, it has to
Yep.
be the same number.
Yeah,
Okay.
so every station's full.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's not like we have the top pools that's
Okay.
open too,
Right,
so.
it's fully open.
Yep.
Well,
So I think until we get a company that comes in here and has 250 people, then we might have to go back to
Sure.
this is
Yeah.
nothing set in
Okay.
stone, but.
Yeah,
Are we looking for a motion then to make that the fee?
I don't know, I'm not sure if it has to be approved or not.
I don't think.
I mean, could, I suppose,
No, okay.
make it informed. It's up to you.
Yeah. it's up
Well,
to you.
did we come up with the fee via vote last time, or?
No.
I think you just approved if we were going to have it,
Right.
and we had the cost of just
Okay.
the
Yep.
Gotcha.
staff.
Yep, before we just did what does it cost to run it for 2 hours? And that's what we
Okay.
came up with. So I think that's what we just approved, 500.
We have one already set for this year too, so.
at the 1,200 rate?
Well, it's actually Chris from Urco,
Okay.
and I know last year said they would have paid more for it, so.
Okay, so then we don't need a motion, that's just,
I wouldn't think so.
okay.
Not sure, and yeah, I really don't.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna charge an official fee, we should probably have it on the record, I would think.
I would think so.
Can you explain, so during that 2 hour period, anybody that comes is free?
Right.
Okay. And so is that contiguous with like the opening time or a specific time of day?
This was after hours. It was from 6 to 8 p.m.
Oh, so it'd be explicit for like their people, you're saying?
It'd be for the community.
For the-
Their intent was, it was
Just to extend the hours,
they were sponsoring free swim for the community.
okay. And then that's advertised in some capacity?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep, we have the ERCO one already.
Yep.
So,
gotcha.
That being said, I mean, if they're sponsoring free swim, I don't know, maybe 1,200 seems a little high to me. I mean, if it's a sponsorship, if we're asking businesses to sponsor something for the community, maybe I don't know, I think we should try to keep it under $1,000 myself, but,
Okay. I think we should clearly do more than just covering our cost.
yeah, I think we should too, but, are we covering our costs is the $500 basically, right?
Base.
Yeah.
Yes.
right.
Generally.
Like 750 or something.
I'd say just keep it under 1,000, that would be my,
I know in Point they do one, and their facility is considerably smaller than ours, and they charge right around, I think it's $450 for theirs.
$450 an hour?
No, it's for 2 hours.
Oh, really?
There's gotta be a sweet spot in here somewhere that will attract more
Sure.
people and, you know, just.
well, I like the fact that the businesses are offering to do a sponsorship for the community, and I just think that, I understand the 700 where you came up with that number, I just,
It was just something we talked about
Yeah.
after, like, we never took into account the cost of the people coming in and what
Yeah.
comes with that. So, but it's up to you guys. That's,
Yeah.
just ran the numbers on that,
yeah,
so-
and if they bought a day pass, they'd stay there more than 2 hours.
Maybe.
Well, I mean,
Probably.
you know, so that's what I'm saying, so you're thinking of 700 is where the day passes, but no one's gonna buy a day, or someone would, but buy a day pass just to come for 2 hours and leave.
Right.
So, I mean, I just think 1,200 is a little higher.
What if we did like $400 an hour or $450 an hour? That's just what it is. If you're sponsoring extra swim time or whatever you call it, it's $400 or $450 an hour. If you do 400, then you're talking collecting 800 for 2 hours, and that's gonna at least, it's gonna more than cover your costs and be a little something for your trouble.
That's a 2 hour minimum then?
I think if you break it down, I mean, somebody wants to do it for an hour, do it for an
For an
hour.
hour? How you gonna do that? That'd be 7 to 8, then it couldn't be 6 to 7, because then you'd have, all right? It would be 7, no, it would be 6 to 7 then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you, I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know if it would make sense then for a company to do it for an hour. I mean, By the time you get there and
I think you
organize,
want
it's
some
pretty
2 hour
times will be
minimum.
done. But if somebody wanted to give the city $400 to use it for an hour, I don't know why we'd say no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we just have to be careful not, we couldn't do 6 to 9. You know what I mean? We couldn't go past a certain time because of the light coverage. So it'd have to be still light outside. It couldn't be dark. So I don't want people thinking they can come in there and go 6 to 10 p.m.
I'm just open-ended, yeah.
Right, so that'd be only,
Boys and Girls Club does it in August, and theirs is always in the morning before we open. But they pay per kid that's there.
Oh, they just buy the day passes or the harass and back.
Has there been a lot of inquiries about this at all?
Last year.
Just 2 last
Just,
year.
you did too,
Mhm.
but I mean, people asking about it.
Well, I think if we have it set like this, maybe we can kind of get the word out. If we know, okay, this is the cost for an hour, or, you know, minimum of 2 hours or whatever, then,
I agree with Craig was saying, I was thinking $800 is a sweet spot again, you know, I mean, not quite $1,000 and
Yeah,
yeah.
people will do that. You
Sure.
know, it's 400 an hour like you mentioned. Yeah.
That's totally fair, I think.
You can always increase it.
right?
Try it this year.
and no minimum, so then $400 an hour?
I don't know that we'd have to have a minimum. Do you think we'd have to have a minimum? If
Well,
it's
I don't think
kinda
anyone's
tacked,
gonna go below an hour.
Probably not.
Right.
But I mean, if an hour minimum. would we
Right.
have to
Yeah,
have
would
a
you-
2 hour
yeah.
minimum,
Or would you have to have a 2-hour minimum?
Good. An hour minimum would be good.
So we don't have to say minimum of 2 hours. It could be just per hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we should probably have a motion, I
Yeah.
think, on that.
So I'm looking for a motion to make the $400 an hour.
I'll make a motion that the city charge $400 an hour for the cost of operations of the aquatic center. past regular hours.
I would second it.
Motion and second, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion passed. Okay, we're moving on to election of the officers. And,
Who's not here?
pardon? Start with chair, so I'm looking for a nomination for chair.
I'll nominate Dean Veneman as chair.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Are there any other nominations? Okay, so me as chair and motion second. Do I move to a vote? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Come on, somebody. No. I tried to get people to
Nice
vote.
try.
I tried to get people to vote against me in my alderman position. That didn't work either.
I think you just need one vote,
Yeah.
right? Let me just double check.
You ran a hell of a campaign, Dean.
Short and sweet.
Then we'll need a motion, looking for a nomination for vice chair. And I'll nominate Elizabeth, if you're interested in that.
Sure.
Okay, motion and second. Did you second that?
I'll second that, yeah.
Any other nominations? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposition? You campaigned well too.
Congratulations. See what
Okay.
happens when Craig leaves?
I was gonna say,
Nothing.
Should've
That's what happens.
Well, I knew you weren't gonna be here, otherwise I'd have nominated you to stay right where you were.
You took it easy on me last year. It's been here pretty much every time.
Yeah.
I think I only had to do one.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty ready. Okay, moving on to, the bills. I had a chance to look at the bills, and they're all in order.
Are the animals in their pens?
They get delivered Thursday, they're coming early this year,
Okay.
so, yeah. Great.
What about these woodchucks or sand gophers? What are they called again?
Prairie dogs.
What about those? Are they there yet?
They're coming as well Thursday, so.
We got our musky.
Now we're up to about 72 of them.
It will be next year for sure.
Yeah.
We
Most
got
people have
8.
already been
We
asking.
ordered 8, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How many do you think we have?
I don't know, hopefully 8.
If they haven't delivered them yet, you're gonna start with 8 regardless.
Yeah.
That's what I would guess.
Yeah.
It'll be next year when you have.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be a good thing, I mean, that means
Yeah.
build something that they can live in. So,
Maybe we can start selling prairie dogs on the side of it.
I'd asked, so this is pretty, the 12.5, it's pretty, it's the same as last year?
Yep, same as
The
last
zoo
year.
animals?
Yep, that's just a one-time fee.
Okay.
And she's not gonna charge us extra for bringing them a week early or something like that, so I'm hoping maybe we can get some staff on the weekend and maybe open a weekend before, so.
Oh,
we'll
that'd
see.
be great. People are asking. I mean, I hear it,
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, they see them, they type in that in Google and they see that we're open.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
And
I
they're
don't know how to
multiple.
fix that.
Can't. Just Taylor can do it.
Oh my gosh, I've tried.
Okay. Well, then, motion to approve the bills then?
You looked at them, Dean?
Yeah, I did look at them.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passed. Staff reports. Who goes first?
I guess I do. I just realized I forgot to bring you copies of the summer activity guide, but today has been pretty chaotic, so.
It looked really good.
Thank you. Registration started today. We had a little software issue, so that made things a little more complicated, but we've got that all fixed now. Those guides were distributed to the WRPS, the elementary schools, Nakusa, Port Edwards, Pittsville, Assumption High School, St. Luke's, First English Lutheran. I did give a copy to City Times, and I think they'll probably put something in soon about that. And then I was on the radio last week talking about our programs. Swim lessons and aquatics activities, we're going to actually be going to Lincoln if the weather is bad. Scout was okay with us moving over there for any lessons that we would have to cancel otherwise. So hopefully we have nice weather, we don't have to cancel. We don't have to go over there if we don't need to. But we appreciate him allowing that. We're doing recruitment for seasonal staff. We've got pretty much everyone hired for the aquatic center and our activities for the summer. Just waiting on some of the background checks and paperwork. We've got a lot of meetings next week with the new staff and then some trainings and that sort of thing coming up. We'll have our dry run or soft opening day the day before we open. So I'll send something out about that, June 5th. Yep. We have a lot of new lifeguards. I did have the lifeguarding class and I had, 12 total I think I had. 3 were recerts and then 9 were new. And of those, everyone is actually going to come work for us except for I think 1. So that's good. We needed lifeguards, so that works out well. Let's see, we do need volunteers yet to coach t-ball and pitch, if you know of anybody that's interested in either of those things. We are looking for those. And our swim club summer season, we're going to have practices at Lincoln 3 days a week and then 1 day a week at the aquatic center. And the parents group has been out and about a lot with fundraisers. They've been doing brat fries, they did a pizza sale, and they've been really getting out in the community and trying to do some volunteer work as well as just fundraising for some of their fees for the program. Oh, and tomorrow at Helen's house is birding at the
Birding by Ear.
Birding
That's
by
on the
Ear.
14th.
That's tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Jeez.
Your other tomorrow.
See, look at that.
Yeah, that's for Bird City and Bird Valley. I haven't heard. Have you gotten feedback? I'm not gonna be there. So.
They picked up the key today, so they're ready to go. I have had a couple calls of people asking if they can attend, so hopefully they'll have a good group.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
I think so. That's good.
And park staff, bunch of stump restorations, stump grindings, as everyone else's grass is growing quick, so we've been busy cutting grass last month.
Is it a no mow May?
Yeah, just for certain areas. So we have Robinson Park and Sandlot, so anything that we cut over there are the ball fields right now.
Wow.
So, but the expressways that we cut,
Just the normal stuff.
yeah, the normal. Yep, we had 3 different volunteer groups come. McCain's came, helped us clean up stuff at Winter Park and over at the Raptors. And then Americal came twice actually to help us at the Aquatic Center. So that's greatly appreciated. Tree removals for street construction, unwinterizing the Aquatic Center, and all the bathrooms, splash pads. We had our tree delivered for the gravel bed nursery April 12th, so we had 42 trees. They're still alive, so that's good. And then, was it 2 weeks ago, we did our city tree sale, which we sold over 150 trees, so that was a big hit. And then we did our hydro seeding and site restorations after everything was put back together at the zoo.
Jake, so 150 trees sold, were those all just to private people or were some of those donated to the city?
We had 5 trees donated to the
Oh,
city.
sweet, okay.
Yep. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we got those everything's planted. And, yeah, otherwise private purchasers. So
Okay.
it was good. It was good. Everyone was really happy that we're doing it again. So that was it.
I haven't been over at the dog park. How's that looking? Is the grass coming back and is it decent?
Yeah, it's coming back a little bit.
Okay.
It's just it gets used so much that it just gets trampled, which is what do you do? Not a bad
No,
thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was just curious how it wintered.
Yeah, it's coming back without the rain, so.
And have we gotten any interest in sponsorships for things there
Nothing
yet?
really, no.
Okay.
We talked to them before we even opened about
Follow me up.
a little bit here.
I know the Kennel Club is interested in some programming, that sort of thing, so hopefully we can look at something there.
Exercise equipment, maybe.
Yeah, because they do agility, so.
Who's in charge of the Facebook page for the city? Is that
Just the cities?
just the cities? If we were to do some advertising for
Like
sponsorship
that?
for the dog park,
It's,
Tyler and Joe mostly, yeah.
Okay.
For the Facebook page.
okay. Well,
then we have
advertising,
the parks page and we have the aquatics page
Okay.
also, which is.
There would be two opportunities to be advertising for your night at the aquatic park and sponsors for the dog park.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's
People stare at that all day long and
Yep.
Right.
doesn't
Yeah.
cost nothing.
Yeah, and I think, maybe sending out, because I know, a lot of the veterinarians in the area and other animal-related, businesses, I think if they had something that had like specifically, here's what the costs would be if you want to sponsor, something that might, just having a price thing in front of them to give them an idea would, I think, be helpful.
Gets people talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I have my legacy presentation tomorrow for the zoo
Oh.
project, so.
It looked really good. And I don't know, maybe you might want to send that out
Yeah, I can send it
to Jeff and
Jeff
Rick,
Hart.
yeah.
Where are you doing that at?
Middle Library,
What time?
8:30.
Let's send that out, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yep, I can do it today.
8:30 tomorrow?
Yep.
Do I have the most current one?
I've got a bunch of gophers in my yard, I'll donate to you.
I was thinking the same thing about trees.
Thanks.
Okay, before we move on, is that it then?
Yeah.
Anything for the Raptors?
I just want to extend an invitation to all of this committee to stop over during the day and see what's going on preseason. We have our interns started rolling in today, and there's a lot of things going on in the ballpark, and you can just kind of see how that development occurs, and then certainly like to attend some games.
Road gonna be fixed?
Nope.
Okay.
They are.
What was the question?
Is the road gonna be fixed?
I have been talking to the project manager very routinely. They did extend a month already on what they had planned for getting everything done. They're not sure when they're gonna do the paving, but it's really looking like, and they are progressing rather quickly in front of our parking lot. So they said that it'll be compressed gravel, so there will be some access to the parking lot in the front. But we did send out maps for our season various packages to those ticket holders, so they know that there's parking on 6th and Apple, and on the other side, on the street, they can get parking there. And then for accessibility for the handicapped folks, if they're parking in the school parking lot behind, the risk for foul ball damage is just as great as the front parking lot. So we do have new signs up that are a little more obvious than the one city sign that was in the front parking lot, reminding people, just more colorful, that says, you're in a danger zone for falls and
Ride
things.
your bike.
So,
Bring your car.
I got those signs.
okay.
That we talked about.
Yeah. So there are a lot of things going on, and we've been really focusing last year and this year. There's a lot of things that were just neglected for so many years in the park, and so personally, I've been trying to repair and replace and things like that. But obviously, we still want to keep working with this committee and the city, and we have those big projects that we've been talking about. Those are still ongoing, but do come over, just take a look.
Wish we had some kind of solution on those lights.
Next year.
Yeah. The big thing is the longer we wait on the lights, the more expensive it gets, so.
I get it,
Unfortunately.
yeah.
But,
Can you explain what the lights, just so people that are new to the group?
yeah, the current lighting, field lighting system that's in there, they're the mercury vapor They were put in 30 years ago. Now we're at a point, bulbs are not a problem for replacement. What's the problem is the ballast for those bulbs are extremely difficult to find, and if we do find any of them, they're about $1,700 per ballast. So that, you know, and now we have 4 lights out that we can't find replacements for ballast. Why it's an issue is because we do streaming of the games with the Northwoods League streaming system, which is expanding this year, and also on ESPN Plus, and we're getting more and more of those games that we're streaming. Well, they're starting to complain about the quality of the lighting on the field for that, just even with just 4 lights out. The big issue is if we have more lights go out, you can't repair them because we can't find ballast. So that's the problem with the lights. A year ago, when Jake checked what it would cost to replace shifting over to LED systems, which will give us less wash out into the community when the field lights are on. It's more focused and better lighting, obviously. That was about 110, 120,000, and then this year, checking early, it was about 340,000. So, yeah, it doesn't take long for that cost to go crazy. And if we get that shift, if we find that we can get that in the budget for that shift on the lighting, then it's an easier maintenance of that because the ballast systems aren't as demanding as the old mercury vapor. It's all LED, and that current technology is easier to manage. Plus, for the city, it helps exponentially on electricity costs.
Sure.
So that's the lighting system issue.
Thanks, I wanted to give a lot of new groups, so.
Yep.
Did you talk to the waterworks and lighting company about any of this at all, or there's some pretty smart people over there?
Jake is my point of contact on that, so.
They seem to like solving problems.
Yeah.
Did you talk to them at all?
No.
I think the rub you're gonna find there is there's a certain expertise in specific athletic field lighting.
Yeah.
And if you're talking about the correct, because that's what we ran into with the Quadplex.
Okay.
Because we looked at doing some in-kind and collaborative work with the city and waterworks and lighting and so forth. And
It's
I don't mean to
very
speak for
specific.
him, Jake can reach out, but what I recall was that it was like, yeah, no, that's not really our bag. I mean, there was assistance in terms of running power and, you know, getting the stuff set up, but not the lighting itself, because it's explicit to like ball fields.
Yeah.
We worked with, there's 2 outfits, Wisconsin Lighting Labs, and, oh, shoot, it's not coming to me. We worked with whoever the one is, I can't remember. But they've done like, I want to say 90% of the ball fields in the area. So that's probably what you're gonna end up with, because there's ambient lighting amounts, and it's gotta be certain levels, and if it's not the right levels, then it's not okay, and blah, 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 so. Anyway.
Right luminosity, the right frequency
Musco.
lighting. and-
Musco, those are the 2.
And then some of the restrictions that the city mandate has for using Wisconsin company for accomplishing it versus another national company.
Yeah.
It's just an idea, spitballing.
No, it's worth it.
No,
I mean,
yeah,
you might as well call.
Yeah.
It's a
See
phone
what they
call,
say.
you know.
Right.
There's some
There's
smart
ways.
people over there, they seem to like a challenge. You know, you tell somebody you can't do it, somebody will get involved, you know, the engineer or,
Yeah.
I forget what the guy's name is, he's in charge of commercial accounts. Name's on the tip of my tongue, but he does like helping out businesses as much as he can, a commercial accountant specialist. You know, I'll catch you later, though, I'll kind of figure out maybe make a phone call.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great, thanks. Well, we're lucky to have the rafters. Every time somebody from out of town, like my family comes from bigger cities, they love going to that place.
It's a fun time.
Just so you know, it isn't out in the public yet, probably will be now. On July 12th and 13th, Mo Hill will be here signing autographs, and he's the greatest minor league player to play ball that never took one pitch in the major league. A lot of story behind that, but a great guy, and he'll be here signing autographs, and he's the only one that ever had his number retired at Ware Field, so.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Great. Thank you. Anything else for the good of the group? I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Did you second that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
I think I remember in the, looking for volunteers out of
All right, see you,
looking
Fred.
for volunteers out at